Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it. My name is Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a Forex trader. I'm here to help you understand the market from an Elliott wave perspective. Almost did a live today, but I did one this morning, private live for the Telegram group, and that was about an hour and a half live, and we had a good time together. We were talking about the counts and the price action, but I just knew that if I did a live, I couldn't keep it short, and so sorry, guys. But anyway, that being said, want to give you some concise information out to you, see what's going on in the market. So if this is your first time to the channel, glad you made it. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and you're going to get daily content about Bitcoin, Litecoin calls, Ethereum as well. I generally at least look at those. Look at Bitcoin pretty heavily, Litecoin and Ethereum in light of Bitcoin for correlation purposes. And once Litecoin's chart clears up, I like to trade Litecoin a lot. So I do spend a lot of time during the bull counts on Litecoin. So anyway, that being said, don't forget none of this is financial advice. That being said, we need to ask the question here in this particular video, and what in the world is Litecoin doing, and why has it at least got me a little antennas going up here for bull moves. Let's talk about it today. I'm not saying right now that we're definitely going bull. I'm just saying today's move was a little surprising, and I want to talk about why, and I want to look at the chart and see what we can figure out together. So all right, let's jump in. So looking at I'm going to go back to Bitcoin, show you the scenario that I was looking at yesterday, and tell you why the price action is just slightly surprising to me, and I will talk about the different scenarios we can possibly have. All right. So again, this wave. Sorry, I've got stuff on the chart here. I just there we go. Okay, stuff on the charts I'd been sharing in the Telegram group. I just wanted to clear that up. Just different options here that we've got going on. What I've been sharing here is that this could possibly be a top. A couple of reasons why this could be a top is number one, it comes right to a corrective fib level right here. We have, let me get it right to the tick there. Came to the 127 extension here. It's a three-wave move. We had a nice impulsive type rejection off of it. It's looking very finished. That being said, that's contingent upon this wave right there being an impulse wave. If that's not an impulse wave, but rather some kind of a three-wave move, then what we've got here is a three-wave correction. That's some kind of a four-wave of this wave right here, possibly, or it's a two-wave, some kind of a two-wave of the entire move, and then we're heading up for more. So there's different ways we can look at that, and I want to talk about why I'm a little concerned. My main concern is the way price came up today. It's not so much that it came up. I was expecting a three-wave move to the upside. Was expecting that, but sorry, my phone's going off. I need to turn my volume off. There we go. I was expecting a move to the upside to take away 50 to 60%. I was expecting it. But this wave today came up very impulsively today, it seems. So there's a couple things I want to talk about. Some scenarios I just shared in the Telegram group. I shared some charts. I want to give you an idea of what goes on in the Telegram group. I just I'm going to take you here. There. This is the Jim's charts areas. I can get rid of. I don't know. How do I get rid of this section of the chart? There we go. I'll get rid of. Well, I can't do it. There we go. I can't get rid of it. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't want this. Okay, well, anyway, those are fun gifts we put in the chat room. Anyway, with that being said, I don't know why it's on there. I can't seem to get it off. Anyway, so here's some. This is the chart channel in the Telegram group. It's one of about 7 channels that we have, and this is where I just upload charts and different information, ideas, and things to watch out. I did warn people. I said today we don't have to be in a position, in our group. So there's a lot of uncertainty in the market going on right now. So let's take a peek here at the first chart that I shared. What we could have here is. Let's see if I can get it a little bit bigger for you. There we go. That is indeed a one wave to the downside. We've got an expanded flat, and today's move today was actually a 5-wave move, finishing move of an expanded flat. That's possible, but sorry, having a hard time here with navigating. There, so that's one option, an expanded flat, and that's a bear scenario where we're finishing up that correction. We're going to head down. Don't know if that's the case or not, but let me talk about another scenario. Here's the way that price action was looking at the time. I think this is now invalidated, but at the time it was looking like an ending diagonal to finish out this C wave here. We've got a B, and a C right there, and this would be 1, and then all that would be 2. ABC, and then we'd be going on to the downside. So that was the look of that. Then another option or another variable here of a chart here is that we could have this as a one wave, and we need a three. This entire thing was a one wave, an impulse, and then we have a three wave move to the upside, and this is just the A wave. It's a five wave impulse. It's just starting off this three wave move. We need a three wave pullback. And then another five-wave move to follow it, and then we have the downside that we're looking for. So that would be the bear scenario, okay? Then I also said, well, here's a bear scenario as well, where we actually have more upside from here rather than downside, and but it's still bearish. In other words, this ABC is gonna last a little longer, and here would be a count of this wave, where this would be the fourth wave of C, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5, where this would be the fourth wave of that C wave, and that would be taking us up to the $8,600 to $8,700 dollar region, which puts us up here at this trend line as well. And this was a three-wave move. We got 5 waves, and what we have right now, this is a 5-wave move. That is beginning that we're going to get a three-way pullback, and then hopefully we would go on. So that's another scenario as well I shared as well. Finally, we shared a very big bull scenario where actually we have a 1-2, and now this is actually a 1-2 of the next third wave. And so this actually gets us into the $11,000 to $12,000 region, up into this region of the chart. So that's another possibility as well. So those are all the possibilities that I'm kind of digging into right now. The question is, what is the current price action indicating? And so after showing you those overviews and showing you those charts, let me just kind of take you to the chart now on BTC. And let's look in a little closer time frame and see what the price action is telling us, okay? So this structure right here is pretty odd for sure. It looks like it's a diagonal or a triangle, some kind of an ascending wedge, or not ascending, but it's an ascending diagonal there being formed of some kind like that, maybe. I'm not sure how to count that because of all this clutter in here, but if I were to be a little bit imprecise here, I could say it's something like this, maybe. 1, 2, we're going to get 3, 4, and 5, like that. And that's going to actually line up right with the chart. It's just that I just shared with you that then after that move, if we get that, we'd be looking at more like a three-way pullback here, something like this, a three-way pullback, about 50% of that wave, and then we'd head on up, maybe 50 to 61%. We can throw the what's that? There we go. Throw the fibs on there and get a retrace here in this region, right in here, back to structure, 50%, 61% of that move. And that would give us another move to the upside, potentially. Or if this is the end of this move, then we'd have a steep downside, where if this downside continues past the 618, past the 786, and breaks the low here, guys, then what we have here is indeed a 1-2. Okay, this 2 is an expanded flat, which is quite odd looking, and I don't know that it is an expanded flat. It's just a possibility we're digging into and saying, okay, what are we seeing in the chart as possibilities? So anyway, if price comes back down and breaks this low, all of this is any upside is negated and disqualified and invalidated, and any other word you want to use, and we're heading down from there. So yeah, today's price action, pretty interesting. Now, what gets me more than anything is the LTC's price action. Okay, let me tell you why. And this is what the title of the video kind of implies here, that this to me was also an impulse wave. Okay, when I look at this, I measure it and count it as an impulse wave. It looks very good. It's almost a picture-perfect impulse wave. Let me show you what I'm seeing here. 1, 2, got a 3, got a 4, got a nice finished 5. Now, that might be the count. That might be a finished wave. My only problem is that how this wave came up. This wave came up very, sorry about that. There we go. Let's try it again. This wave came up very impulsively. Came up as an impulse wave or a motive wave. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe putting in the fifth wave right now. I'm not sure what's going on in here. We might even have some more upside to go. Or it might just be, wasting time here before it tanks. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. This also might be some kind of an ending diagonal in this small time frame. This is the 1-hour chart. But it shot up straight, and it broke the high here. So, in other words, we cannot count this as a 1 wave with a 2 wave here, because one of the rules in Elliott wave of the 2 is that the 2 wave cannot break the origin of the 1. So once we broke that, that invalidates this being a 1-2. Now the Bitcoin count, that has not been invalidated, but here's the thing. If this wave that I counted as an impulse wave looks like an impulse, but it's not, it's a corrective wave, then is it possible that this wave as well, which I'm counting as an impulse wave, is not impulsive at all, but rather it's corrective? A way to look at this wave, if you just getting outside the box here, is that here's some kind of a running flat in the middle, and we've got a wave here, a wave, and a wave here. So we've got 3 wave, a 3 wave, and a 3 wave. That would be a WXY, with a kind of the Y wave not kind of truncated in comparison to this wave. So that's a possible way to look at that, and that would be a finished correction, and then this puts us up for more bull. This is an impulse wave putting us up for more bull upside. So that's the thing that I'm considering, and that's what the Litecoin count has me at least questioning in my mind. Okay. So understand that. This could be a finished wave, guys. Let me show you here. We could have a finished 5 waves here. And I'll show you what this could be in the grand scheme of things, which doesn't have me totally worried, but that could be 5 waves. Boom, done. And now we're on our way down from here. Now, this is the second time in this correction where Litecoin has made a higher high when Bitcoin did not. Second time. Let me show you the other time it happened. Go to the 4-hour chart, zoom here. Okay, remember when we had that expanded flat on October 25th, guys? October 25th, when we went straight up. Well, here's oh, sorry, my clicker's having a hard time this Friday. What am I fooling myself? It has a hard time every day. Where was I? Okay, so this was that day we had to pump up to $3,000 right there. This is the LTC day, though. This is what happened with LTC on that day. Well, then we came down. Well, Bitcoin never made a higher high, just kind of continued on down. But Litecoin, on the other hand, came up and made one more high when Bitcoin did not. Okay, so that is something. And then all this dump happened when Bitcoin had its dump as well. So anyway, this was an expanded flat. This was at the end of an expanded flat where we had this one more push up. We weren't quite expecting, surprising a little bit, but it ended up tanking right after that. Now, come to present day, we've got a 3-wave correction here. This looks like it could be at the end of an expanded flat where BTC is, possibly, maybe not. Anyway, let me get this trend line out of the way. There we go. But thought it could be done because it came to a corrective wave. Let me show you. Boom, boom, boom. There it is. Actually, if I bring it right there, we came to the 127 and came back into it with a nice impulse. I was surprised to get an impulse that made a new high. Okay, so but we didn't crack the 1618 yet, and we haven't held that yet. So I'm not convinced we're in any kind of impulse wave yet. This is a very odd shape of a 1-2 right there. It's very odd indeed. And then we haven't even reached the level of a 3-wave yet. This would be our 3rd wave up here. And then as long as we hold this level in this region with just a small pullback that doesn't break this low, and then we go up, then I think possibly that is the case. But that being said, this looks more corrective than it does impulsive, especially for the shape of Litecoin's impulses for sure. But anyway, those are just my thoughts. Is what I'm thinking is like, okay, this has me a little concerned here because, again, the concern isn't so much what the chart's doing, is that my interpretation of this wave was an impulse, but it turns out to be corrective. Unless the only other option it could be is that this is some kind of a very large expanded flat where we've got boom. Actually, I could do it. Could do it a couple of ways like that. That's a very large expanded flat, and so we've got an A, a B. We're going to get a C. That still implies more upside to come. Okay, actually that would be a W, X, and a Y. I don't know. It could be ABC as well. So if this is some kind of an expanded flat structure, then that then we broke the high up here, and the whole thing becomes a flat. This whole thing becomes a flat. So I suppose that's a possibility, but I'm not digging into it too too much, as my first priority is the way I'm thinking about this wave. Okay, so there's kind of an overview of the market, guys. We could go up, we could go down here. We've just got to watch this wave. Again, I'm still considering this as an impulse. This could be the final, like this ending diagonal that I'm showing you. Happens when the market gets exhausted a little bit, after it's run pretty hard. You get these ending diagonals to finish out. This is a fifth wave here, so this could be fifth wave of a C, or it could be the fifth wave of a 1. We're going to expect a 3-wave pullback. We're going to expect a pullback either way once this thing is finished. Expect a 3-waver, 50 to 61%. If it continues down and breaks this low, guys, then we're dealing with a 1, 2, and then we're gone down. Actually, I drew that wrong. This would be 1 right here, 2, and then we'd be going down from there with the bear count. All right, so there's the scenarios, guys. You got bear counts, you got bull counts. I don't know which one's going to happen. We're going to have to wait and see. But we can still trade it regardless of whether we know or don't know. So let's watch this finish out and see how it plays out. I have seen Bitcoin do this kind of a diagonal looking shape in the middle of a wave, and just talk about this as a potential bull scenario here. I have seen it where you get this kind of staggering up, and then it just shoots up from there. Let me show you a couple of places it's done that, as just to consider that as well, just so you understand. Right in here was a place it kind of did it where well, come on. Price came up on us. Okay, and then it kind of staggers up until it eventually kind of shoots up a little bit. Let's get to a higher time frame to show you another place that I was thinking about it as well. Yeah, right here is where I was thinking of it. Yeah, right in here, where it's not the same thing, but it's something to consider, where price just doesn't go down much, but it's going up kind of correctively until finally it kind of shoots up with a big old candle. So that is a possible scenario that I'm even considering as a possibility. So yeah, possibility that I'm considering as a possibility. A possible scenario that I'm considering as a possibility. Not to mention I said that. Not to mention I've been redundant. Well, why do you guys watch this stuff? I'll tell you. All right, anyway, but I'm glad you do. Thank you. Final notes. We could be going up for a fifth wave and then down, or we could be going down from here. Finally, we could be making bull run from here. It's anybody's guess at this point, guys, and I think the market's intended to be that way. I'm biased to the downside, but I'm guarding against the upside and willing to trade it to the upside when it's time to do that. But anyway, you guys have a fantastic Friday. I'm going to hang out with the family. We'll talk to you guys later on tomorrow. If you got any questions, put them in the comments. I'll try to answer them there. And there's some ideas and some food for thought as you think about the market. If you'd like to be part of our Telegram group, all you got to do is go to the description of this video, and you'll find a link to my Patreon page. Click on that. You'll get a description of the two different levels of Patreon support that you might support me with, and then we'll get you added to the Telegram group just as quick as we can. All right, you guys have a fantastic Friday. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.